It's just me again. It's just me. No Japanese demigod today. Oh. It's nice having a break. It's nice to be me again. Oh man, that's actually hilarious. Playing a character gets tiring. You don't realize it till you take the costume off. Oh, wait for the people to file in while a allegedly magical monkey plays your beautiful piano. Stabaru, Emmanuel, how are you? Are you ready for PEINTEINGU? PEINTEINGU! Oh, fuck, I'm tired. My sleep pattern the last couple of days is fucking shit. I'm just gonna sip my coffee while the monkey plays you all piano. Hey Margie! How you feeling today, Margie? You well? Painting. I'm drinking. You know, shit's real when I'm drinking black coffee. A small, strong black coffee. I'm trying to be a conduit for the same energy as Vox right now. The small black coffees. PEINTEINGU. Desmondu. Goo morning goo. Ugh. Right, the OGs are here. The OGs are here, so I'll just get into it. I'll just get into it. Fuck you, Milo. Fucking stupid monkey. Give you far too much respect. Defenderu gives you way too much respect. I mean, you tried to choke him in his sleep, and you were sent here by the Monkey King. And you just sit there, like, play the... Well, I suppose. I mean, like, that is quite the punishment. Just there forever. Just petrified like that. Beside a window. It's like, I should do a video of how like harrowing that that reality is. It's like this is Milo the monkey. This is Milo the monkey. He has been petrified. Like he's literally beside a window. But he's not facing the window. If he had eyes, he'd be able to see the window in his peripheral vision. But he doesn't have eyes. He has holes where his eyes used to be. We've never discussed this before on PEINTEINGU. The fact that Milo, like I said, like, you know, his eye holes. Look deep into his stoic eye holes. But like we've never discussed the fact that Milo the monkey doesn't have eyes. He has these like craters where eyeballs should be, like. So like, or maybe I did. Maybe I don't know. Like I can't remember if Defenderu admitted to plucking his eyeballs out of his head before or after petrifying him. Like that's actually horrifying. Like Milo the monkey is actually like a horrifying. I suppose Tobias is probably one as well. Tobias is probably like a horrifying story. Like so you just captured you captured a crow and like glued googly eyes to his head and glued him and taped him to a gong stand. Like Boris is the only one that's like, you know, well, I suppose you could argue that, like, you know, I killed and then stuffed a Russian bear. Serbian. I can't remember where he's from. Oh, fuck. I'm exhausted. My sleep pattern's just been so shit the last few days. The last like 4 or 5 days. It's been terrible. I got up and watched the fucking sunrise there the other day, but when I came, I think I said this yesterday, didn't I? I came back, I just went back to sleep. Like, I woke up at 8 a.m., fell back asleep. 9 a.m., fell back asleep. Woke up at 11 a.m. and it was like, I'm still quite sore from the workout I did the other day. I noticed it when I was doing my qigong. I was like, fuck, my thighs are killing me. Very sore. Did some deep stretching earlier on. Did my qigong for a while. Feels good. Feels good to stretch the muscles in your shoulders and your back. It's very important for men like me with a lot of muscle, you know. I fucking like. Sometimes I feel like just this rusty robot. I'm only fucking 33, like, and I feel like sometimes I feel like a 50-year-old dude with, like, you know, back problems and hip problems and knee problems and ankle problems and wrist problems and all this shit. Like there isn't a portion of my body that doesn't click or pop. Like, it's all just like, do you like that? Bit of ASMR, fucking ASMR, fucking chiropractor, self chiropractor ASMR. Fucking, that's what the stream is going to be for the first 15 minutes. It's just me popping everything into place so I could sit here for 2 hours. Oh, we are starting a new PEINTEINGU today, though. You know, just because the demigod isn't around doesn't mean that we don't do the PEINTEINGU. It just means the vibe is a bit different. Because there isn't some lunatic pretending to be a demigod doing the show. I tried to fucking tape. Like, this was beautifully flat earlier. This was like firm and flat, taut. There was tension. But since I left it, it's like cooled down and it's like loosened up again, and I'm like, what the fuck? But it should, like, you know, it's very mild. It's very mild, and it'll pull tight again when I get it wet and put goo on it. Phrasing. But yeah, we're gonna start a new PEINTEINGU today. So I'll ask for a number in a bit, and I've reloaded the hat. The hat has been reloaded. So snatching is like piss easy again. So there's that. But anyway, what day is it? Tuesday? Just wait, it gets better. I can only imagine. Yeah, well, like, I'm trying to put the work in now. Like, I kind of made a pact with myself there recently where I was like, for the next 7 years, just like pretend you're like Conan in the slave mines or something, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get up like super early and train and like do everything that needs to be done and shit. Like, you know, it's like, I like, you know, being like a cook and a painter and a gardener and all these things. Like, you know, it's like, it'd be handy if I could make money doing it. But we'll see how it all pans out. Oh, it's funny how like it hurts so much sometimes depending on what I'm doing, because of the like rounded shoulders and I don't know what you'd call, like, what's wrong with my hips, but like they're like slightly displaced or something like that, like for like the same as my shoulders, like, you know, it's poor posture and my back and shit. And just years of just like sitting there like Gollum playing video games, like, you know. But it is funny that like when I like stretch myself out and I'm doing exercises and stuff like that, like I do laugh at myself when I look in when I'm walking around, or I look in the mirror after I do a workout, and I look jacked and I have like good posture. And then, just like I said this yesterday, it's just like slowly throughout the day it just like wears off. And I just like, ugh. And then I go to bed, and then I wake up and have to do it all over again. Like, it's funny. Like, it's like it's like I have to like I have to take this like curled up rusty spring and like straighten it out and shit like, and then it's good to go for a few hours. And then later on it's just like, oh, here we go. Like the fucking, it's like a made of memory foam or something like. It's hilarious like. But that's what like I'm trying to do enough these days that I get ahead of it, you know? Or like I'm trying to like sculpt my body into a weapon again. Not that it ever was. Like when I was, I think the fittest I've ever been was like I was probably like 16, 17 or something, which is bad, you know. From most of my 20s I was a lazy prick, but I still looked capable of doing stuff, you know. But like when I was like 16, 17 and shit, like I could fucking like do some fairly intermediate like kickboxing shit, like like jumping kicks and spins, and I could do the splits and shit, like all those things, like all those really gay things. I could do the splits. I could kick over my head like a ballet dancer. It's like it was great though. Like, do you know what I mean? Being able to like stand in front of a dude who's like 6'3" and just be like, I could kick him in the head. Like I used to think things like that. Like, do you know what I mean? When you're out, like, and you're like hanging around with people and all, but like you're practicing martial arts, and you know what you're capable of. Like, I used to look at stuff, like not even people. I used to look at like if I was like beside a tree or a wall or like like a signpost, when you're like walking around with your friends and you got fuck all to do. Like, I just like look at a branch, and because I know how high I could kick, or roughly anyway, like because like when you're doing martial arts, you get like a sense of how long your body is and how far out you can touch things at. And I remember saying to a friend for years, it was like one of these days I'm going to be so like, like a master of kung fu that I could pluck an apple from a tree with my foot. Mainly because it'd be hilarious looking. Like, it'd be the ultimate Monkey King thing to do. Like, do you know what I mean? And just like snatch an apple from a tree with your foot. Like take a bite out of it, like, be fucking brilliant. But anyway, right, I'm not just gonna sit here and talk shit for 2 hours, even though I know if I did, you guys would still listen, which is awesome. Like, I love that I have that kind of like effect on people, and that I have people like that in my life that are like, yeah, just let them shite on, like, like, I fucking I think that's hilarious that like I'm one of those people that like I have this ability to just like go from subject to subject to subject to, my brain just bounces all over the place. And some people are like, they get lost in a conversation with me, whereas like some people can follow me on a train of thought about multiple different things and just talk shit for hours. Like, when I have the money, I'm gonna make it I'm gonna make a point when I have money to go to the local pubs like once a week and just like have like 2 pints or something and just mingle. Because I miss that. I miss just like meeting people, and I'm good at that. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm really good at like just making connections and talking to people and shit. Like, but I'm always just like, I'm like a hermit, like, do you know what I mean? I'm always just so focused on like trying to develop a routine of like, get up, work out, walk, go do whatever, get the groceries, come back, fucking design shit, paint stuff and all. Like I'm behind on painting goos being put up. There's 2 painting goos sitting there right now, which I think is kind of a good thing in a way, that like different parts of my craft are like accelerating at a different pace now. Like, I'm gonna try and get that big symmetrical up this week on social media. I'm debating whether to do a video about it or just like do screenshots and just be like, it used to look like this, and then it looked like this, and then it looked like this, and now it looks like this, and pay me €750, please. I was originally going to charge over $1,000 for that thing. How funny is that? That like it took me so long and it's not what it used to be, where I'm like, fuck it. Like other people would charge more for that. Like, do you know what I mean? There'd be other artists that like, I've put so much work into this and it took me so long. Like, I'm gonna charge like $3,000 for this. Like, but I'm charging less because I'm like criticizing myself. I'm like, it took me too long. It's not what it originally was. And there's like errors in it, like some lines aren't exactly like parallel or perpendicular or straight or whatever. Like, I freehanded a lot of it. Like, I am quite like, it's hilarious that your one Jerry fucking noticed that almost immediately with me, that like I'm very harsh on myself. Like, I'm a dick to me. Like, in a lot of ways, like I'm a total dick, like, to me. Like, stop being a bitch. You need to do this. You have this, like, and I know that's the way it should be for men. For a man like that, you should have a guy in your head that is a total bastard to you. Lift more, eat more. You need rest. Get up. Do this. Like, no niceties, like, at all. Like, do you know what I mean? Not like, you deserve a rest. Like, it's like, no, like, you're a bitch. You're wasting time. It's not good enough. Do better. More. Like, no wonder I'm so tired. Like, oh, it's hilarious sometimes. And then you only have so many hours in the day. You have all this shit to do. And like what I do, like, is very time consuming. You know, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because like with the advantages of like doing art and painting and stuff, like you could do 5 minutes of work and be like, right, I'm gonna let that dry now and fuck off and do something else, like, so it's dead handy in that regard, where like, I can go get the groceries for dinner, or I could prepare stuff for dinner, or I could do a bit of garden work while the sun is out and it's not raining or some shit, or loads of these different things, like, but then it's also like incredibly time consuming, because it takes like so many hours to produce something that is, in my view anyway, like worth charging money for, and somebody would buy it, like, which is just so funny to me, like, because like I do forget, like, that there's people, I genuinely do forget that there's people out there that like earn a living, and like their art is like shite, like, do you know what I mean, like just absolute shite, like, which is just so funny. Like, it's like all those grifters out there, like those alpha male fucking machismo grifting fools, like Wes Watson, and he's like literally the only one I know right now. But there's so many grifting influencers out there right now. It's like, you gotta max this, you gotta max that, and all, like, and fucking take my course that's like fucking 35 grand for the year and all. And people buy it, like, people pay it, like. Like, it's often funny to me to realize, to think about, because I don't, because I'm focused on other shit, but like to think about how, like, how much, like, the unbelievable amount of money I could be making if I was willing to just fuck people over. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, because that's like what so much of today's society is just like, do you know, if you were willing to like just fuck a few people over, like, you could make some serious bank, like. Like, fuck. Oh god. Right, today's Tuesday, so we're gonna do Techno Tuesdays. Techno Tuesday. Get some hard boss in here. What was the one? This one was good, wasn't it? Synthesaur Regeneration. That's techno, isn't it? I suppose it's like, that's more like. No, yeah, that counts. That has to count. It's synth. Yeah, like the fucking techno shit. Yeah. And then Wednesdays is Wub, which is basically the same, but it's like different genre, maybe. I don't know. What's Thursdays? Tetragrammaton Thursdays. Fucking Thor. I just play a lot of Nordic shit on Thursdays. I do really like Nordic shit. Could play some Nordic shit right now. I'd probably like still get done for copyright, but whatever. Like I don't give a fuck. Like honestly, couldn't give a bollocks. Like there's like, and that's what's hilarious about this stream as well, and like how much of a fucking like retard I am when it comes to business is like, you're not maximizing your capability to reach the viewers, Alex. Like you're a retard. You should be hashtagging this, and you should be using these tunes, and you should be doing these widget things with the stream and all this. It's like, fuck off. I just turned the camera on, do the mic, and like I paint shit live. Is that not enough for you people? But there is a truth to that. That like, you know, I could be like I watch other streamers and like that's the thing though, is like they're all the same in a sense, where they all have they have their like custom little bar and all this shit. So it's like, this is how you stream, bro. And it's like, fuck off. Let's stream how I want to stream. It's the same with anything else. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, look at fighting. You know, yeah, a lot of people fight the exact same way, but the ones that like are like the best, like have their own thing. You know, that's why they stand out. It's like the opposite of communism, you know? Fuck's sake, people. I can get you a Nordic playlist. Say the word. Word. I have Nordic shit. But yeah, that like get me stuff too. Send me stuff too. But I have Nordic shit there. But I would just stick a load of Heilung on. To be honest with you. I love Heilung. They're fucking deadly. Anuana and fucking, what's the other one I used to listen to? Liefe, it was a Heilung, Liefe, Chris Galdir, and Anuana. Fucking, I love all that shit. I love that language. Fucking Jormungandr and Mjolnir and Fenrir and all that shit. Like that shit's fucking. It's a really cool sounding accent. Language combination is all that Nordic shit. Oh no, I can't stick on fucking, what am I at, like, I can't stick on techno shit yet. I have to do the fucking, I may not be wearing a kimono and headband, but we still need to do the taiko drums for the fucking, the map and the magic hat. Right. Get ready. Get ready. Don't do it yet, but get ready to do it. Think of a number. Do not type it in chat. Just think of one. Just get a number in your mind. Margie's already got it. Margie's already got it written down somewhere. Or she's like got it in a slingshot ready to fling at us like Skald, Heilung, Danheim, Korpkalani, Das Gute Scheiße. Das Gute Scheiße. Love their live version of Hakkeskalder. Hakkeskalder. Yeah, I love all that shit. Like, fucking, what? It's Swedish, isn't it? No? Scandinavian. Isn't that like what that like general shit is? Like, well, most people would just be like, oh, you mean the Viking stuff? But it's not Viking. It's like, it is and it isn't. It's like Scandinavian. It's like fucking, it's loads of different things. Like, saying it's Viking is like saying, oh, you mean the Taliban shit, when it's like Arabs, do you know? It's like, decrease your ignorance, child. Right, wait for it. Wait for it. One of the many P's of PEINTEINGU is timing. Can you feel it? Your chi building. I'm gonna, like, sometimes I'll, like, automatically go into the, like, can you feel it? Your chi building. Oh, you have a whole building that's just, like, full of chi? Oh, I am exhausted. I'm that giddy form of tired, like, do you know what I mean? Hey, Griff, you well? Ahoy! Ahoy! You've already did my number? I already did your number? Yeah, but, like, we're gonna do a new number. Oh, God. I'm so tired. I need to make it I need a bit chime. PEINTEINGU. I need to get my chi flowing. I need a chimige. Right, do it now. Put a number in the chat between 0 and 224. Do it quick. Paintingu. I'm starting to see the difference in my hands with like how much weight I've put on. I'm nearly 13 stone. I'm only a few pounds off 13 stone now. So I've like put on 2 stone in like a few months. Like, it's wild. You fucking 11. Right, 100. Margie Beaches again, lads. Like, come on, like an old lady from Tennessee is beating you to the punch on a fucking, like, it's disgraceful. Like, 133. Where's 133? It's all the way over there. Montserrat Creole. Are we back in the fucking? Are we back in the Caribbean again? I don't. We've never been here in the whole time we've done Paintingu, because I destroyed the old map in a fit of bit rage around the time that I did Japanese Ostrich Police. We've never been to like the whole realm. We will this time. We will do the whole realm. But we've never. I don't think we've ever been here to this place. Montserrat, what it's called? It's I didn't know this place was a thing. Montserrat. Montserrat. Like there's a country called Monster Rat. Like a giant horrifying rat. Montserrat. Like what the fuck? That's the thing. There's a country called Montserrat. 133. It said Creole. French Creole is usually around here. In the Caribbean islands and shit. Latin America and stuff. Or at least it has been for like many an occasion. French Creole's like this direction. 133. Yeah, I'm right. It's here. It's one of the. We're going back to the Caribbean. Right. Let's see what they say here. That is hilarious. There's actually an island in the Caribbean called Montserrat. That's so funny to me. You chup it. It's like that pigeon English shit. Yeah, chup it! You chup it, man! Y-A-C-H-U-P-I-T. Yeah, chup it. You chup it, man! It just means you're stupid. Yeah, chup it. So it's basically someone who can barely speak English trying to say you're stupid. Oh, I love that shit. Yeah, chop it! Yeah, chop it, man! Yeah, bomba clot, chop it, man! You're stupid. Oh, man. I fucking love Jamaicans. All that Caribbean shit, fucking love it. The women. Jesus. Would you be able? Okay. Right, now we need to do the hat. Oh, fuck. I'm fucking knackered today. Like, I could feel it in my eyes where I'm just like, Hi, Iron Man Bear. Hey, 2 Acre. I blame the small. You blame the small hats for what, Stabru? Like the old lady from Tennessee beating you all the time? Of course you would. Of course a Canadian would blame the Jews for an old lady beating him to the punch every time. It sounds like a 90s metal band name that had one hit wonder and faded into obscurity. You chup it. Or Monster Rat? Yeah, Monster Rat. Hi guys, we're Monster Rat, and this is The Plague is Upon Us. You won't bite me. Oh fuck. I think I'm gonna be like I can imagine myself being like what's that nigga's name again? The guy that played Saruman. Christopher Lee. And like I'm gonna be like really old and I'm gonna be making like metal songs with my friends. You goddamn monster rat. Like I'd love to do like a foot. Everything I do has like a irreverent like twist to it. Like if I was in a band, like it'd be a funny metal band. Should we listen to some Mr. Bungle? What the fuck is Mr. Bungle? We'll decide tunes in a minute. It has to be techno. It's Techno Tuesdays. We'll decide tunes in a minute. New Orleans is known for French Creole. Well, yeah, obviously there'd be a lot of places in America like that have Caribbean people in them. Like, that's what I think is like America, whether you like it or not, is a melting pot because of how things went. Like, America literally has like everything. It has Italians, has Irish people, it has African people, it has Chinese people. I mean, like, you guys have like lots of places, like Chinatown. You know, like fucking like. It is a melting pot, like. Whether it should be and whether that's a good thing is like a completely different argument in itself, but like Mr. Bungle is the offshoot of Faith No More. I've heard of Faith No More. I don't know any of their songs though. PEINTEINGU? Right, I have to do a snatch. Right. Now, obviously, I'm not a fucking half Japanese, half Irish demigod, so my snatching skills are not going to be as good. And yes, I am saying this because I'm tired and I'm probably going to fuck it up. So fuck you, people. Pay for painting, you cunts. Ugh. Snatch! That was way off. See? I told you. I'm exhausted. I can barely open my eyes. That's the only way I'm Asian right now, is how like I'm just like this constantly, like. Pay the monkey so he doesn't go hungry. You goddamn filthy mortals. I forgot to shuffle the hat. PEINTEINGU. Right, we know where we're going. What are we going? We consult the magic hat. Where is it? Where is it? I need to feel it. Where is it? Phrasing. Snatch! There we go. That was quite good. Right, first thing out of the hat is fucking what the fuck? Quintuplets! Quintuplets is the first thing out of the hat. Oh, God only knows what we're going to be fucking painting today. Where are we? We're back at a Caribbean island called Monster Rat. Right. Is there going to be a giant monster rat giving birth to 5 fucked up? Should we change the formula of PEINTEINGU? Where like instead of consulting the Oracle Google and getting a background, I should just like make the whole thing up, like the area, what's going on, like the whole thing. I don't know. We could try that. We could experiment today and see what happens. We could get away with it because it's not Defenderu. It's just some random ginger fuck. I'm the janitor. I'm the janitor for PEINTEINGU. I'm the guy that washes his robes and his headband and cleans the boat and makes sure the fucking village people don't fucking kill each other. Right. Snatch number 2. Snatch! Oh, fucking, you know, for a filthy mortal, I'm not bad at this snatching business. Funny story, I found the old video for the Bungle song Travolta. I was burning it to DVD and selling it on eBay. Guys paying like $40. I kept hitting it with copyright claims. I kept getting hit with copyright claims. You fucking... You're gas. I finally got my old eBay account deleted. You should let us see you snatch. You want to see the hat when I fucking... Alright, well, there's only one snatch left, so... Second one was cue ball. Second one was cue ball. We're nearly done as well. I took too long. If I was to... Hold on, can I do this? I don't want to move the camera because it's like really sensitive. But I could do that. I could do that and you can watch me snatch. This was in like 2003. What age was I in 2003? I don't think I left school in 2010. What age was I in 2003? What year is it now? I'm 33 and it's like 2025, so take off 22 years. I was fucking... Oh my god, I'm shit. 11? Was I 11 years of age? In 2003? That sounds about right. Quick maths. Can you tell how shit I am at brain maths? I mean, I call it brain maths. What does that say, like? I go to eBay to see what people are selling. What people are selling things. You mean like what things people are selling? You get the feel for the market. Making up the setting could be fun. The whole background could be a monster. You see, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, like I was thinking that we'd actually do an island that's like a big monster rat. Like that's what I was thinking. Like, cause like doing the backgrounds off of Google Images is cool and all, and it's like, you know, decent practice for me for like certain things and shit. But you see, you can't really, you can kind of see me snatching, but like, you know, it's just like you can see my hand. Obviously, it's hilarious because you can see Micah. Like, you fucking. All right, hang on a sec. It's just dead air while I'm trying to focus. All right, give me a sec. This is how I gauge. I find out where it is, and then I come back here, and then I'm like, snatch! Oh, that was close. Right. How many times is it gonna take me because you're watching me now? Right. Where is it? Here. Okay. Snatch! Oh. Oh, collateral damage. To put one back in. Collateral damage is going to be a thing again now because the hat is full. Right. A Rubik's Cube! Does that say Rubux? No, Rubik's. I just didn't dot the I. Right, final snatch. Fix the screen. I'm such a perfectionist. It's like, no, it has to be like right there so you can see the top and the bottom. Seriously, framing this stream is like, you wouldn't believe how annoying it is sometimes. Especially when I have to change things around because like something's going on or something, or I need to like move stuff in the room. But yeah, last snatch was Rubik's Cube. So, we are on the island Montserrat in the Caribbean. And we are doing quintuplets, a cue ball, which for those of you who don't know what a cue ball is, it's the white ball out of snooker or pool. They both have a cue ball. It's the ball that is cued. And then Rubik's Cube. Everybody knows what a Rubik's Cube is, which is that's gonna take me a bit to paint because, like, you know, you have to make it look like a proper cube with squares on it and loads of different colors and shit. Right, so Montserrat, quintuplets, cue ball, fucking. Okay, so if I don't consult Google to get a background, and we just say that like it's somewhere in the Caribbean, so we make it look tropical with like palm trees and coconuts and, like, you know, white sand and shit. But then it's also called Monster Rat, so we'll do a giant Monster Rat island. Quintuplets, Rubik's Cube, cue ball. We could do loads of baby rats. One of them's trying to do a Rubik's Cube. One of them is playing snooker. maybe the fucking like. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. First things first is like we're gonna do a giant island that's also a giant dead monster rat. So like a kaiju rat was slain, and now loads of like smaller rats are like living in its carcass or something. I don't fucking know. Like, we'll try and do it like there's sections of it that are like furry, sections of it that are like bony. Like it's like decomposed over the years or something. There's like caves in it and shit. We'll see what happens. It's portrait. It'd probably be better if I did it landscape, which I could do. When's the last time I did a fucking... I'm feeling very experimental today. I have a pool table upstairs. A pool table is a must for any... Like, I don't have a pool table. I don't even have a dartboard, but like fucking... I would love to have a fucking pool table. Pool table, dartboard. I'd love to like host fucking... That's one thing that I'd love to do in my house when I have the ability, is I'd love to host like parties for like, you know, like have a pool table, have a snooker table, or not. Well, you obviously don't have room for both, but I was gonna say not snooker. What's that fucking poker table? Poker table. Or you can have a table that like you know you could use for like all of them. There's shit like that, like gaming tables and shit like. And then a dartboard. I like playing darts. I like pub games, but that's what they are. They're pub games, and it is very funny that there's like people who make like a living off of like playing darts professionally. Is like hilarious. Like if you've never watched professional darts, it's so funny. It's just like, I don't know if they still do it, drink and smoke while playing, because they are pub games. Like, coolest shit ever. Like some really chill vibes, but then the occasional like explosion of you know, like cheers and uproars and like exclamations and shit. Like, you know, like everybody is just like super chill for the most part, and then somebody makes a really nice shot at a tense moment or something, then everybody's like like fucking, you know, footballers when somebody scores or something. Like, you know, it's crazy. Like, so fucking funny to me. Like that was one of the things I thought was really funny about the difference between Western audiences and Eastern audiences when it comes to like martial arts tournaments or like UFC or something, where you have people fighting, and in the West, like everyone's like, kill him, fuck him up, like, yeah, like there's just like noise, chaos. Which I think is cool, because it like more accurately represents what would be like a real fight. You know, like the chaos of like shit in the background that you have to like focus on your opponent and block all that shit out. But then it's also really cool to have like complete silence, like they do when like the Japanese will just sit there in complete silence and watch a fight, and then when somebody gets hit, they're like, oh, you know, or something like, I'm losing sound. Are you the only one losing sound? Are you going deaf? Is that your like your Margie's ailment of the day? We'll have phrase of the day, and then we'll have Margie's ailment of the day. She like fell and hit her head. She broke a rib. She can't hear anymore. Or is Margie the only one that's losing sound, or is it somebody else? You know, I turn the music off. You know, it's just me talking. Darts is fun. Axe throwing is also a fun pub game. You don't really throw axes in a pub, do you, Desmondu? Yeah, I don't think they've ever done axe throwing in a pub. Maybe they have. There's probably some hilarious American pub that has like an axe throwing thing in the back. It'd be fucking brilliant. Axe throwing is really fun though. Really fun. That's what I thought. Like I thought that was quite funny. Like there's this like fairly well known. Like it got like a good amount of views on the internet where they got this like Viking expert in quotes um on breaking up. Is it the signal? Is it? I'm not sure. Um, they got this Viking expert to like break down, and rate the Northman or Norseman or whatever it was called. I think it was called the Northman. And then like the Vikings, the show, the Vikings, and then like other stuff throughout the years. And it's like, how accurate is it to like actual Viking stuff? And like when he looked at the Northman, he was like, this is pretty close. They did a lot of research. And then when they looked at everything else, he was like, that's a load of shit. But one of the things that he said that I was like, that's complete bollocks. He was like, well, when you look at a Viking axe or hatchet, it's like, it's not really conducive to throwing. It's like, yes, it is. That's the same reason a Stalin granate is like really effective, is because there's a weight on the top of a stick. And it's like, sure, you could argue that like blade alignment and like, it's difficult to, throw proficiently, in order to like guarantee that the axe head, the blade of the axe head, is actually going to be the thing that lands on target. But like anybody can throw an axe, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, can you throw it well? So they're difficult to throw. They're more like, I would say for different reasons they are like easier and harder to throw than a spear. Because like throwing a spear is not a piece of piss. Throwing a spear if proficiently is difficult, and that's why they have things like the is it the atlata or some shit it's called, atlata. It's like a mainly an Aboriginal thing, I think I've seen, where it's like they have a stick that has a little notch in the end of it, and like you put your spear on the stick and then you fucking like you swing it like an axe. And the physics of that is like it basically turns the stick and your arm into a catapult that like flings the spear. Really, really efficient shit. Like, but like only really works with like light spears, because if you try to do that with like a heavy spear, it would still work. But like, probably like the heavier a spear gets and the thicker the shaft gets. Phrasing. The thicker the shaft, the easier it is to grip. Like. It's true though, because like that's why American footballs. I love throwing American footballs. They're like really easy to grip when you get the hang of like putting your thumb on the other side and like cupping it like this, and then you get that spin effect, and the spin is what like allows it to go straighter for further, like a bullet, or like rifling on a bullet, or the fletching of an arrow, and stuff like that. Like. I love that shit, like, and throwing a light spear like that is actually quite difficult because they're so thin, so they're hard to grip. But throwing a light spear like a big arrow with an atlata, like a wooden extension, is quite easy. But then you get the big spears, like a lance or a javelin, like more like a siege weapon or something that you'd want to be able to get through a shield, That's when you want like a thicker shaft that you can grip, so that when you throw it, you can put a spin on it, and then that will like lessen the wobble and make it go further as well, like make it more accurate and shit. Also, technically, give it more penetration because like it's moving like a drill and shit. I love the physics, the science behind weaponry is like fucking fascinating. Like the physics and engineering behind weaponry is fascinating. Things like fulcrum and leverage and like the reason something pointy or sharp works is because the minimizing the surface area that the force is applied to and all that shit. Like really fascinating shit. Like am I still breaking up, Margie? My wife got me a dartboard, but I need some high quality darts. You say that, you just shit throwing darts. You want to be able to be so good that you can put a toothpick in the fucking thing from 10 feet away. Like, I think the art of throwing things is one of those things that I'm super into. I used to be able to throw cards. I probably still can. But I got really good at throwing playing cards or credit cards, like any kind of like small card. Like, I got really good at it. Like, Um, kind of obsessed with it for a while, like. But it's throwing anything. I'm good at. I have a really good throwing arm and a really good throwing eye. I'm really good at throwing shit. Like, um, and I love learning how to throw different things because like there is an art to it. Like throwing underhand, throwing overhand, and then like having like certain grips on different things to be able to throw them accurately or put a spin on them or not put a spin on them or something, like, you know what I mean? Because like there's like a whole art of like throwing chopsticks and stuff where like the whole thing is to like throw it straight, throw it throw it dead straight. I've so little room here. I'm like in this little like fucking. If I start moving my hands around, I'm gonna fuck up the canvas and hit the headphones, like hit the gong and shit, like, or fuck up Micah. Um, it's like fascinating to be able to throw different things and all, like chopsticks, watching somebody throw chopsticks through boards and like cans and shit is like wild. Because there's guys that can do it from like a fair distance, and like just like the technique of throwing it dead straight and all, like throwing knives and shit, like, and the different types of knives and all, like really cool, like. And then you get to stuff that just like throwing a baseball, like the art of throwing a baseball, throwing a curveball, throwing a straight ball, um, and then like lobbing it instead of like throwing it, because there's a difference, like, do you know what I mean? Like you're gonna like lob it to get like just like maximum airtime and arc and shit, versus throwing it like so it got like maximizes like speed and power. It's fascinating. Um, I gotta go check my booster box. Yeah, it looks like it's just you, Margie. The bar I went into in Nashville had an axe throwing in the back. Good time. Yeah, I fucking knew that's what it'd be. Like, they're just like. That's one of the things I love about America is like if you can think about it, like there's a bar or like some small mom and pop business that fucking does it. Like, I want to have my own axe throwing setup at my house now. Yeah, I said it years ago that like when I have the money, I'd cover a whole wall in my house or in cork, big thick cork or straw or something. Or what I'd do is I'd set it up out the back garden or some shit. Um, if I had land or whatever, and yeah, I'd totally be doing that like all day, getting like really good at throwing shit accurately at a distance. I remember seeing this Russian guy actually who's like ridiculous. He could throw everything and anything, like a scissors, a screwdriver, a hammer, a chair, like like anything you hand this guy, he could just chuck it accurately, and lethally, because it would like land in a target like with great force and like lethal precision and shit. Like, it was crazy. Um, I have great darts, 3 pair, I think. Darts as in like lawn darts, or darts for like darts on a board. Because I know Americans like have the whole lawn dart thing, which is hilarious. It was called bad axe throwing. That's hilarious. I'm actually pretty boss at darts. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm terrible. I'm not good at all. Like, I haven't played it enough. I find them. I'm better at throwing things that I can like put everything into, and darts is very delicate. Darts is for like watchmakers and stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, darts is for guys who are good at darts are like. And I suppose you could like I probably could get really good at darts because I'm good at painting and drawing and stuff, and that requires fine motor skills and stuff. But that's what it is. Like, darts and snooker and that's why they're gentlemen's games, is because they require fine motor skills and very like a very gentle, delicate touch to be like really consistent and accurate all the time. Because if you apply too much force, the variables become too huge. In like, it could go like way over there or way over there or whatever. It's much more efficient to have the gentle approach to shit like that. That's why I liked throwing playing cards, because it's like a bit of both, where like you have to get like a good flick on the thing, which means you can't throw too intensely, but you can still throw intensely if you get the technique right. And like you could get a playing card to go like easily like 100 feet or something, like, you know. And then like if you get like something like a credit card that has a bit more rigidity and weight to it, you could get those things to go like a serious distance. Like that's why I love shurikens and ninja stars and all, like, and kunai and stuff. You know, like it's like the midway point between like you have guns now, you know, and then you have like the 21 foot rule for like knives and shit. Well, if you're really good at throwing stuff, you know, that like doubles or even triples depending on how good you are, your ability to use like handheld weaponry. So like if I can reach you within 21 feet and kill you if you've got a gun, then I don't even need to reach you within 81 feet if I can throw efficiently. You know, like if I could hit a human-sized torso target within 100 yards, accurately and consistently, depending on what I'm throwing, and if I can throw anything and do it, you know, so you could just start picking up household items like screwdrivers and scissors and fucking kitchen knives and shit. And they all have different weights and balance issues, and like, you know, heavy ends and like a heavy front end or a heavy back end, and you'd need to like change your throwing style for like everything. Like some things would be better thrown underhand, some things would be better thrown overhand, some things would be better thrown straight, some things would be better thrown with a spin, some things would be better thrown a certain at a certain timing and let go at a certain timing because of where the weight is distributed on the item, so that you get it to like spin the right amount of times to land on the thing and all. Like this rant I just went on is all because like when I watched that guy being like, oh yeah, well an axe isn't really, you know, meant for throwing, it's like, excuse me, sir. Like he is right, like he's right and he's wrong. Like, you know, an axe is not made with the intent of like somebody's gonna throw this. That's why they have other different kinds of axes which are able to be thrown and more suited to be thrown. Like I think that's why the Indian tomahawk had feathers on them. You know, was it just for show, or was it to give her a better fly, like an arrow, when you threw the thing? Because like an Indian tomahawk is like very throwable because they're nice and light and shit. Like, you know, and they're typically like the length of them in relation to how big the axe head is like they're real light, but they're also long. They're not so long that it's like a two-handed axe, but they're long enough that it's still a one-handed axe, but you can chuck it a good distance with very little movement of your arm, because you can rely on the what would you call it, the momentum, the centrifugal force. Is that a spinning force or whatever, or is that just to do with water? I can't remember. But just like the physics of it, because the head is heavy and it's at the top and the stick is like X long, you don't need to like wind it up and bring it all the way back here and let it go here or whatever to get like a decent spin on it. You could just like chuck the thing. And because especially back then people weren't wearing like helmets and armor and shit like that, like you could like sneak up on a guy at night and just like and just put the thing in his head, like, you know, like, which is like hilarious and horrifying at the same time, that like he could just like, because that's what ninjas did and shit in, like, you know, the Shogun eras and stuff. Is like if they were going to sneak into a compound and take a guy out, that's why they wore black, because they would go do it at night, because it's much harder to be seen. And the reason why they would wear like, you know, slippers and cloth and shit is because like you make fuck all noise. And the reason why their garbs would be like fastened tight to their body is so that they didn't make, you know, the movement of like that, you couldn't hear the air move. Because like if you've ever heard somebody do a lot of like, you know, quick fast movements while wearing a karate gi, or, you know, a karate gi, they're real loud, and like they do that on purpose to like make the techniques like sound cooler and shit. Like that, and the fact that like you can kind of tell how good somebody's technique is based on how the material sounds. Because like somebody who knows their shit, they could like hear you move and be like, nice, you know. Um, but like that's why ninjas had their shit real tight, because like you wouldn't make a lot of noise. You know, it was all about like not making noise, not being seen. You know, for obvious reasons. But then they'd use stuff like, you know, throwing weapons and like cheese wire, or like real thin wire, like as thin as possible, like piano wire and shit like that. Like, and then they use like, you know, poison darts and all this shit, like dirty stuff, like sometimes literally dirty stuff, like fucking they dip their I think the Indians did that shit as well. The Native Americans did that shit as well, where they would dip their weapons, they would coat their blades in feces, you know, poop, fucking um coat it in like there was like certain frogs, you know, that you could get a hold of, that you could just like smear the frog on the fucking like, you know. I always felt bad for like when you'd see that stuff like in books and all, like, or see it in a documentary or something. Like you'd be like, you just imagine being that frog that they just pick you up and start wiping you all over a needle, and you're like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And it's like, "I need your venom, small one." like, like, and then I remember seeing that in he does that in Apocalypto, in the movie Apocalypto that Mel Gibson made. Great movie. Um, with the Aztecs and the Incas or whatever they're called. Great fucking movie. He does that Jaguar Paw or whatever that dude's name is in it, the main character. He does that in the near the end of the movie, where he grabs a hold of a frog that has it's a poisonous frog, and they sweat the poison. They like excrete it from their flesh, their skin. Just it's like a pussy kind of, like, it's like white. It looks like saliva or like, you know, comb or something, like, you know, it's this like uh gland that produces like this milky substance that comes out of their skin, and it's basically like they sweat like really toxic shit, like stuff that can like knock you out, stuff that can stop you from breathing, stuff that can, like, you know, paralyze you temporarily, and like, you know, also stop you from breathing. So like stuff that can kill you, you know, quite quickly. And he just gets these like needles off a bush or a tree, like, you know, a thorn bush. Like, he gets these needles off them and just like grabs this frog by the foot, and like, you know, flips him on his back and then flips him on his belly, and like is like rubbing the needle on the frog, and then like he pokes the frog a few times to like make it go like, ah, what the fuck, and like like that's what, like, he it stimulates the frog basically to encourage its defense mechanism to activate. Like, you know, it'd be like scaring an octopus to get it to ink so you can collect the ink. Um, like stuff like that I find fascinating, where like you don't necessarily kill the creature that you want the resource from, but like you like give it a good like, hey, what the fuck? Hey, you motherfucker, leave me away! What the? That's I need that stuff to like fend off predators. You prick! Like, just like throw him back in the bush. Be like, thanks, buddy. It's like, you motherfucker. He's got like small holes in his back now. Like imagine that conversation. Like, like you meet up with your frog friend at the local fucking watering pond, and he's in a really bad mood. And he's like, "Hey, Frank, what happened to you?" Is that this fucking nigger just like picked me up by the foot, started poking me with needles and rubbing all over me and shit, took all my poison. It's gonna take me a week to generate that shit back. In the meantime, if I see a fucking otter or some shit, I'm fucked. Like, it's like a frog having a bad day. Oh god. Um, you're on the. I'm on your phone, iPad, and TV. Have you got me on like 3 different screens all at the same time? I'm going to turn them all off and on again. Margie knows the true the true legendary level of IT is turning it on and off again. Big thick cork don't sound right coming from an Irishman. Big thick cork, big fucking just a wall of cock. Big thick one. I think the feathers were just for wagon burner bling. Wagon burner bling. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, like I can't imagine it would like really change, because like a tomahawk could be so heavy that I can't imagine that a few feathers stuck on the back of it would really affect its flight. So it probably was just for show, because that's what the headdresses were as well. It was all like status. It was all a status symbol. You know, the guy with the most feathers on his head is the most important one. So it's like, so shoot him. Yeah, shoot him. like that was a thing. Like if you shot the head nigga, they'd be like, the chief is dead. Fuck, run. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's so funny. I think oh no, I already read that one. I love you guys. We love you too, Emmanuel. Are you drinking again? Hey, Scouts. Viet Cong were known for coating their bamboo spear tips in feces too. Yeah, they use anything. Yeah, like that's if you can't get a hold of a more sophisticated poison or toxin from like a scorpion or a snake or a spider or a frog or some shit, you just use shit. Which is like disgusting, but it's effective, you know. 4 screens now. Could go kitchen and have you on 5. Margie's painting goo maxing. Oh fuck. Right. I'm gonna pick tunes and we get this show on the road. Right, so today is Techno Tuesday. So we're gonna go with what was I gonna go with? I had one lined up. What was it? Oh, was it in the other thing? I think it might be in the other. No, it was here, wasn't it? Or am I mistaken? Hang on a sec. Oh no, yeah. I was gonna put synthesizer on, yeah. This is class. Oh god. Oh, my body and mind are tired, but I must go on. Right, remember to pay for PEINTEINGU, you filthy mortals. Filthy mortal scum. Pay for PEINTEINGU, or I will throw my tiger, or Defenderoo will throw his tiger at you. We have to keep it going that I'm not Defenderoo. Like, I'm just some dude who like cleans the PEINTEINGU. I'm the janitor, like. That's why I can wear a PEINTEINGU t-shirt, because I'm not him. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of this stream. I work for him. I work for the half god. Do. Oh, itchy arms. Right. Okay. We'll start with a blue sky, and then we'll do tropical waters, and then we need to put an island in, but the island's going to be a big monster rat. Okay. We're trying new things on PEINTEINGU now. You will miss me consulting the Oracle Google though, because that's hilarious. I will consult the magical Oracle Google. Googer! Okay. Right, I need some fucking yeah, we'll go with aqua blue. Go with aqua blue and turquoise. Because that worked really well for the lad. That elephant in the dunce hat was real cute. Margie's not lying. Oh, Christ. I fucking love this shit, man. Just gets me in the vibe, you know? I've been doing this an hour and 10 minutes already. Jesus Christ. I might go to 6. I told the female that I was only going to go to 5, but I might go to 6. If they do the dinner around 7, she gets off around 8. So, yeah, fuck it. I'll do it till 6. I'll do the phrase of the day at the second hour. Because we're only starting now. The phrase of the day is actually hilarious considering, like... Okie dokie. Right, let's get the bitch wet. It's after getting real dark all of a sudden. How's the lighting? Oh, it looks fine on the stream. It's like, I never knew there's a fucking island called Monster Rat. Monster Rat. Like, seriously? Oh, Christ. Go about like, yeah, go about half and half. It's actually dead handy being able to look in the thing and see like a mirror image of it. How's the Gades unicorn coming along, Godson? Started on your sister's tiger yet? How's the unicorn coming? It's fucking hilarious painting. Such a funny painting. Okay, 5 screens. So I am on 5 different screens in one home. I am honored. Margie is PEINTEINGU maxing. That is hilarious. PEINTEINGU. Whoosh it. Go a little bit lower. Go a little bit lower. PEINTEINGU. It's pronounced Montserrat. Montserrat. Of course it is, because they're French. Fucking faggots. Don't even know how to speak English. Jesus. Says the Irishman. Like, I've always thought that was funny, like. Everybody would take one look at me and be like, oh my god, he's obviously Irish or Scottish or something because of the colour of his hair. And it's like Irish and Celt aren't the same thing, and at the same time Irish and Celt and Viking aren't the same thing. And as far as I know, the red hair comes from the invaders. Like, you know, like from what I've heard and from what I've seen and like read and shit like that, like the red hair is like something else. Cause like there's rumors that like Attila the Hun had red hair, and like Muhammad in the Islamist fucking shit is like had red hair and all. Like, when you look at all the fucking oh, I thought something there the other day. It was actually hilarious to do with gingers. Like, there's something to do with like red hair and the Jews as well, like, you know, like that really fiery red hair. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something to do with like what they call like Nephilim blood and shit, like, you know. And they say like gingers don't have souls and stuff like that. Now, like, there's like there's weirdly a lot of truth in those like social things, like, you know. Like, I seriously won't be surprised if there is like some ancient like esoteric truth to like gingers don't have a fucking soul and shit, like, or at least the soul is like from the perspective of the people who got conquered by them, like, do you know what I mean? Because like, that's what a lot of, like, to me that's what a lot of history sounds like. Like, when you look at the Holocaust narrative and you break it down and you realize how like ridiculous it is and shit, like, right? And it's like, it's all from the perspective of like, oh, poor us, we were like, you know, it's a victim narrative. They did this to us. Feel bad for us because they did this to us. We, like, you know, we're the poor little Jews, you know. God bless the poor little Jews. Which is a real, like, it's a real weak, like, bitchy fucking... What was it, like, a few weeks ago I did... Was it a few weeks ago, or it wasn't that long ago? I was like, oh, it was horrible! Oh, it was terrible! Like, you know, that fucking just... It's just that bitchy, like... We were slaves, it was horrible. That kind of like, is it New Jersey fucking Jew? Like, it's so true though. Like, it's so fucking like, it's like, Jesus, like, have a bit. Where's your dignity? Where's your self-respect? Where's your like? Yeah, that bad shit happened, but like, whatever. Like, the Irish have like that very similar shit. Like with the whole like, you know, famine and like fucking. There's a lot of people here in Ireland are really, really, really heavily propagandized and brainwashed and like just retarded, because like this narrative that it's like, well, sure, the Irish diaspora went all over the world and we were accepted with open arms. No, we fucking weren't. Like, there was like, that's not completely true. Like, it's like, sure, in some places it's like, oh, come on, the Irish, like, you know, sure, we've got work for you or whatever. Like, the amount of places that said no blacks, no dogs, and no Irish, and like, so like Irish are below dogs. Like, fuck, like, so like, that's why I think like there's a truth to like, everybody complains about the Jews and like how sneaky the Jews are and how the Jews have been like all over the realm and kicked out of all the countries and shit. I think the Irish are the same. I think the Irish are the same. The Irish have been everywhere before everybody else, and like traded and like done deals with and like know some ancient magic stuff and like the Freemason lodges, all that shit. Like the Irish are just as bad, if not worse, than the fucking Khazarian trickster type. Like, from what I've seen, anyway. Just as bad, like, which is like, and being Irish and being from Ireland, I find that fascinating. I find it utterly fascinating, like, because it's the same as everything else. It's like, what did we get lied to about? Like, what lies were we told and why and all this shit? Like, yeah, leave it to the French to make speech gay. Yeah, I know. Like, the only reason we let the Irish into America was the Union Army was losing and in need of cannon fodder. Like, yeah, I mean, like, you ever see Braveheart? When you're watching Braveheart, there's a section where the English king turns around and was like, he's like, send in the Irish, you know, like, because that's what they're like. The Irish will go in and fucking send in the Irish. They're cheap. They're cheap, easily replaced. Send in the Irish. It's like fucking mad. Like, that's what's so funny about like more racism and all this shit. It's like, oh, slavery and all. Like, we've all been slaves. Oh, capitalism and like, you know, tyranny and colonization. We've all been colonized. If you go back far enough in history, if you weren't such an ignorant fool and you went like, and like, this is coming from a guy who like knows fuck all really, you know, just like jack of all trades, shit I was interested in for years growing up and shit like that. But like, everybody's been enslaved, everybody's been colonized, everybody's been, it's like when a woman is like, I was raped, and she makes it her whole like identity that she was raped this one time, you know, at that one time at bad camp, like where I got raped, and it's like her whole thing. There will be like all the women that she comes across in her life will be like, yeah, who wasn't? Like, because like most women experience some level of sexual harassment, like, you know. I remember fucking Pockets of the Future did a fucking like rant about that, where he was like, it's just so stupid because like, if you're not a total ignorant fool, you realize that like, and it's not even a question of intellect really, like, to me it's just awareness and willingness to be honest with yourself and the environment around you, where like, if you just look at it objectively, it's all true and it's all nonsense all at the same time. All of these narratives of like, you know, oh, well, they did this to us and then your ancestors did this and blah 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 and therefore you should do this, this and this. It's like, that makes no sense. Like none of us, like, unless you're talking in some kind of religious or spiritual manner of like, you know, original sin and like sins of the father and stuff like that. It's like we didn't do shit. I haven't even found I don't even own a car. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I haven't barely made my way in life in loads of ways. Like I didn't do fucking any kind of like, you know, racist slavery shit to fucking anyone. You fucking gobshite. Like it's so stupid. Like. But that's what makes it even more annoying about the people who get wrapped up in these like woke, you know, oh, this is the latest thing to be enraged about, and like the latest victim narrative, and you know, the fucking like the latest thing to virtue signal about or put on your fucking your bio on Instagram or something, like, you know, like there are actually people out there who like list all of the fucking virtue shit. I'm a trans and I'm gay and I'm like pansexual and I love turtles and fucking like, you know, Black Lives Matter and like just like all of them, just like bullet points, just like dun 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 dun, and then you see what they actually look like, and almost all of the time they are this fucking horrifically ugly like monstrosity of a person. Like, it's so funny to me. Like, it's like it's so fun. It's so blatantly obvious that like your chances of finding a mate are so inherently low because you're such an ugly shit cunt that like you've buffed your fucking chances of finding a mate using all of these socially, you know, controversial fucking things and all, like, so, like, all of these things in my bio means I'm a good person, you know, like, means you're void of substance, you fucking troll. Like, just like, all you do is sit around and like drink fucking coconut water and nut milk and fucking iced tea and fucking like, you know, like, I fucking hate them. Like, I don't like. I try not to hate. I try not to have hate in my heart. But dear God, do they fucking disgust and annoy the shit out of me? Like, these wretched things that we're supposed to call human beings. Like, fucking. You need to start teaching philosophy and skills again. Fuck's sake. Ginger's an anagram. I know, yeah. It's hilarious the way we get away with calling people niggers and shit and saying nigger and all. Like, it's like, it's so offensive. It's like, but I'm a nigger. I'm a nigger. It's like, why would you call yourself a nigger? Because I literally am. Yeah, it's not an accident. Yeah, it's not an accident at all. Right, we need some white in this bitch. Phrasing. Painting goo goo. Get some yellow on the parrot. There will come a day, I don't know when, but it will happen, where like I actually do have a parrot, like the bird, in wooden form or something, and that's what I use as my palette. It will happen one day. Right, we need a fucking need to create an island. Jesus, I went through that white really quickly. Need to reload. Need to reload the white. Okay, so the island's like gonna be like here, 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 and then we'll do it like nice and tall, so we can get like loads of the rat in there, like it's a giant monster rat's corpse. Oh, there we go. The sun's coming out now. You can see the difference. It's so funny the way the exposure on the camera works like that. Like, there's times where like the whole side of my face is just like, oh! Like, see, I wasn't taking the piss when fucking. Well, it wasn't me, was it? It was Defender or something. I think the cat's out of the bag, Alex. I think they know that it is you pretending to be a demigod. But how could they know? Like, imagine if I was that fucking stupid. Like, how could they possibly know it's me? Right, we'll do I kind of want to do the rat's tail as like a peninsula or something like. This one. Okey-dokey. Part of me thinks I should have actually made it bigger, because all the stuff on it is going to be. If I do everything on it, it's going to be quite small. But I suppose I could do them in the water, you know, as well. It's been a while since we did just like a little random shit floating in the water or something. Like, get some clouds in there while I'm waiting for that to dry. Yeah, so it's been really kicking off in France the last few days. You guys see that shit? I wonder if it's still going on or what. There was a shooting here in a place called Carlo, which is like not very common. When the female was reading out the details to me, I was like, that sounds like a psyop. They were saying your man like had an obsession with guns and all. And, but no, it just sounded like a psyop to me. Like they're trying to keep public opinion about firearms, like, you know, guns are a bad thing or something, you know? Even though if every Irishman had his own firearm, things would be a lot better right now. so funny the way our recent history is like, oh yeah, the 1916 Rising, like, you know, the Patriots and the real Irish, and we got the Brits out and all this shit. It's like, yeah, but how come the population doesn't have any guns anymore? Was that one of the... Was that the small... like one of the fine print on the contract that you signed with the British? So that we weren't allowed to have any fucking guns? Kind of hard to have an uprising when nobody has any guns. And you have all the guns, you know? Just saying. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a... To a degree, you don't need guns to have an uprising, you know? Or a rebellion, or... just some kind of... counter movement and shit, like... Yeah, like Paris is in bits right now, like, from what I've seen the past few days. It's starting to happen here already. There's starting to be like unrest, civil unrest here, like the beginnings of it. It's starting to happen here already. I think a lot of people were right, like, in saying that it's like Ireland is speed running what other countries have been through, which hopefully that's true, and it means that all this craziness will be over in the next 5 years. But we'll see. Let's see what happens. See you later, Scouts. Much love. Yeah, it's sad they let the monkeys rampage unchecked. That's fucking wild, isn't it? How, like it's so blatantly obvious that the government's, like, you know, like, I completely understand where Owen is coming from, where it's like the government, like, you know, I have no problem with the government. The government is just there to take care of, like, you know, a bunch of fucking psycho, crazy sheep losers who, like, need the government, you know? Which, that is true, you know? But then it's also true that, like, governments can be, like, horrible fucking bastards who know exactly what they're doing, and, like, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, and they know exactly what's gonna happen, and they do it anyway, like, do you know what I mean? And it's fucking crazy, like, absolutely crazy, some of the shit that, like, the people in power, in quotes, they're just, like, straight up, like, letting it happen, or making it happen, you know, the whole Ordal ab KO shit, like, it's fucking, it's disgusting, like, because people, like, do, like, you know, don't get me wrong, everybody has free will, You know, if you get caught up in like all that political shit, and then if you go over to Ukraine and get killed, like, it's your choice, you know. And whatever justification you believe in or choose or you use to justify those decisions, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, whatever. You do you, you know. I'm gonna do me, and you do you. Like, I know there'd be a lot of people out there that are fucking, you know, oh, look at you, like, fucking, you're not even a real man, like, you don't have a real job, you don't fucking, your female makes more money than you do. All you do is fucking paint and, like, simp for her by cooking her meals every day and all, like, I know full well what kind of arguments, like, people would have to, like, judge me and all, blah, blah, like. And that's the funny thing, is that, like, from my perspective, I mean, like, I could, and the perspective of objective reality and logic, I could say things about them that are, like, way more harsh, you know, and that would trigger them, and I've done that. I've done stuff like that where I'm like, yeah, but this though, and they're like, you know, and they start freaking out, like, people can, you know, people in my past have like, oh, you're such a dickhead and all, like, how could you say something so harsh and stuff, but it's like, people don't realize how much of a hypocrite they can be, like, you know, they'll like insult somebody like me by claiming something, and then I'll just do it back to them, and all of a sudden I'm the dickhead, you know, like, it's like, but didn't this conversation start with you, like, criticizing me for, like, all this shit? It's hilarious. Like I was saying at the start of the stream, like, the worst critic I have is my own voice in my head. The one that, like, thinks about my grandmother and, you know, is like, am I letting people down? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's way harsher to me than any gobshite that I come across that's, like, gonna say something about me, like. It's always been one of the reasons why I respected Owen Benjamin so much, is like, start watching his streams and I was like, so I'm not the only one that's like that. I'm not the only one that will, like, say some shit, like, and people will, like, freak the fuck out because they know it's true, but they can't admit it's true because they can't get over their emotional state, like. And I really think it has a lot to do with the fact that I, like, got my ego shattered that day when I swung at your man. Like, I swung at it like an older, bigger guy, and I got humbled, like, bad in front of my friends, and, like, I don't think that happened, like, to, like, a lot of people, like, you know, getting humbled, like, is really good for you, because it shows you at that time where you are, you know, and, like, you can either choose to be like, okay, so that's where I'm at, or you can choose to, like, you know, like, you get UFC fighters who do that, where they're like, oh, the only reason I lost is because, like, I had a bad weight cut, or, like, my toe was broken before the fight and all, like, you know, they just start coming up with all these justifications and excuses as to why, like your man Andrew Wilson at the pickle jar. Oh my god, that was so fucking funny. Yeah, but you've greased the top, like, you've greased the top of it. It's like, oh, dude, and then his missus comes in, it's like, you know, he's fucking, he's driven off, like, you know, armed robbers and stuff and all, like a hero, like, you know, he carried my father who weighs like 200 pounds and all. It's so fucking funny. So fucking funny, like. It's always the same. It's like, you have all these people that pretend to be something and then they get found out to not be that. And it's like, oh man, that's brutal, like. Like, I feel bad for them, like, but then I don't, because they chose to do that, and that's what you get for being a fake. And that's what it's like, it's funny how it works out, because like somebody like me, like, because you guys know me, it's like I shoot straight as possible. I shoot so straight sometimes that, like, you know, people turn around to me and be like, you know, you need to kind of like dial it back a bit, like, you know, you can't be like radically honest about everything, like, do you know what I mean? Like, because otherwise people will think you're like nuts, like, even though they know that, like, I'm incredibly sane, but it's like there's so many people around these days that are just so fucked up, like, ugh. It's so funny to me, like. I'm trying to think, should I make it like a big giant dead rat now and then try and incorporate like some trees and foliage and shit? Or should I do the opposite? Should I make it like a mountain and shit and then put a dead rat like on it? No, do the rat first, because it's like a giant rat died at sea and shit is like grown out from it. Okay. Right, yeah, this is... The more I'm looking at it and thinking, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need to do this, this, and this. Do a brown rat or a grey rat? Probably be better to do a brown rat, wouldn't it? I think it'd be better to do a brown rat. Let's see, I need to get some red in here. Get brown going. Instead of come out ye black and tans, it's gonna be get out ye black and tans. Yeah. I asked Alexa and she won't answer. What did you ask her? I'm always fascinated by that shit. What did you ask her? That stat on Lotus Eaters the other day had me gasping. 8 out of 10 immigrants to UK in the last 10 years are on government assistance. I am sure it's the same or worse, sir. Yeah, it's wild. Like they're literally like people in our society used to shame people, and still does, I suppose, even more now in a weird way. Like, our society shames people for going on welfare, but all the immigrants are on welfare. Okay, semantic. Technically, they're not all on welfare. 80%, like the majority of them are on welfare. So, the people that used to give out, like, that's what's so funny about all this, right? Is you'd have the middle class wankers, you know, looking down their nose at people who are on welfare, you know, and be like, you know, say something along the lines of, oh, these people who just are spending taxpayers' money on, like, you know, junk food and going to the pub, they're disgusting. They are the parasites of society. But when a lot of foreigners come in and do it, you're like clapping for like diversity and inclusion and like so on and so forth, because it's the virtuous thing to do. So when it was your own, when it was your own people, the people you live with, the people like your own countrymen and women, you were like, that's shameful, get a job. But when the foreigner comes in, it's like, oh well, sure, they come from strife though. They come from a war-torn country. They come from, you know, less opportunity, and they're black, and like, you know, they can't be expected to be. Why? Because they're stupid. Oh, that's racist. So you admit that they come from places that don't have access to education, that don't have access to the amenities that we do. Like, that you admit that they come from a third world nation, which is defined as what? Like, they're stupid. Like, there's no two ways about it. Like, they have, if they're not like less intelligent, they at least have way less of an education. So they don't speak English, like so on and so forth. Like, do you know what I mean? So their ability to even integrate into the society is, like, admittedly, you know, for loads of reasons, not as good. So it's like, you could argue that it would be way harder for a foreigner to get a job, in a sense, you know, because they can't speak English and they don't know this and they don't know that and they don't have a forklift license and all these things, right? So the foreigner comes in and is just handed everything because it's assumed that it's like, you know, oh, well, they wouldn't be able to do this, that, and the rest, so we're just going to give it to them for free. So, like, the people who are homeless in your own country for the past 20 years and been on a housing list and been on welfare and blah blah, like, and they'll turn around and be like, well, they've been given opportunity to do this, that, and the rest, and it's all like, but you're not giving opportunity to these foreigners. You're actively seeking them out and bringing them here and telling them to come here and telling them that you'll give them free shit if they come here and this, that, and the rest, like, you know. So it's like, not only is it an incredible double standard, but it's also a blatant lie in, like, loads of situations where it's like the government is saying one thing and doing another, and loads of people know this and just accept it as, like, you know, the normal, like, you know, that the people you voted into power and the people that you've given the power, the responsibility of power to, are a bunch of criminals and liars and psychopaths and all this shit. Like, you're totally fine with that, like, you know. It's like, it's ridiculous, like, it's just so fucking stupid, like. I asked her the definition of nigger. she wouldn't tell you. Oh god. Nothing wrong with government assistance in theory when the populace is moral and hardworking. Yeah, like, that's what I thought. Like, in a sense, I would be up for. I like, depending on the context of the situation. Ooh. I need a sip. Depending on the context of the situation, it would be beneficial to hand a load of people a load of money because they would do moral shit with it, you know. They would, like, go out and buy stuff that would allow them to increase their product value and shit like that. Like, if the government handed me a load of free money, I would do good stuff with it, you know. That's the funny thing about it, like. But the other funny thing about it is that I don't go to the government, like, you know, being like, I need help and all this shit. Like, I did for years. Didn't fucking get me anywhere, like, you know. I did, like, I spent years just smoking it away, like. Spending it on junk food and video games and shit, like, you know. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I didn't do that. I totally did that, you know. But that's the problem, is that, like, you can't have it both ways. You can't have broken families and generational trauma and teenagers and young adults with an incredibly traumatized emotional and mental state and expect them to, like, integrate into society as adults and become productive members of society when, like, they have all of these, like, crazy emotional and mental challenges and, like, suicidal thoughts and all this fucking stuff. Because, like, I'm not the only one. Like, the fucking country, or the West at large, is full of people my age who had an incredibly difficult early life, you know. Fucking childhood, teenage, early adult, like, you know, mid-20s, like, of just, like, struggling to find your way, trying to get a job, like, having multiple jobs that didn't go anywhere, like, not being able to save money because, like, even when you do get money, everything's really expensive, so, like, you just, like, boom, it's just gone, like, you know. That and the fact that you have your parents breathing down your neck saying that you owe them money because you're alive. Like, it's crazy, like, you know, like, my parents had that, like, mentality of, like, oh, so you're making money now? Alright, give me half of it. It's like they're the government, like, you know what I mean? It's like, what? Like, fucking, you've been bitching and moaning for me to get out of your house, but now you're going to, like, half my ability to get out of your house. Like, that makes no sense. If anything, you should be encouraging me to keep everything that I make and save it so that I can get away from you if that's what you want, like, you know? It's like between, like from my personal experience, between the government and my parents for my entire like life was them trying to have their cake and eat it at the same time with my life, with my existence. It was like, do this, this, and this because I'm in charge and I know what's good for you. And you're like, okay, even though you rebel in your teenage years and your early 20s and shit, where you're like, alright, whatever, like, fuck you, I just want to party and have sex and do drugs all the time and have, you know, isn't that what you did when you were growing up? You know, you went drinking and like smoking and like you've had a job and all this fucking shit and blah blah. Like it's so hypocritical. That's why everybody hates the boomers. Like, you know, it's like, back in my day I had a house and a car. It's like, yeah, well, a house and a car was under 100 grand together when it was like in your fucking time. My fucking time, a house is £500,000. A car is like 40 grand. Like, when you bought a house, the house was 90 grand. Like, it's fucking insane. It's so fucking stupid. Like, and you'd say this to them and they're like, yeah, well, like, so fucking. That's why so many people are so fucked up in the head, is just because the inherent like your inner child knows that there's just an insane level of injustice going on in multiple ways, in multiple fucking ways. There's just an insane level of injustice going on. So your inner child is just like, fuck this shit. Why would I put up with this? Like, your soul screams for a sense of fairness, you know? Because at least in the wild, like in the animal kingdom, when you talk about things not being fair and stuff like that, it's like, well, the bigger, badder dog, you know, wins, you know? It's a dog-eat-dog world. But then, you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't claim to be a civilized society and then treat people like animals and expect them to behave like civilized people. Like, it doesn't work like that. You have to treat people like civilized people and raise them to be civilized people in order for them to be civilized people. You can't be a, in quotes, civilized society and then treat people like fucking cattle and then expect them to not be cattle. Like, fucking idiots. Oh, the masses are just so ignorant and don't understand. You made them that way, whether on purpose or not, like, you know. And it's the same for parents and their kids, like, you know, oh, my son is just, you know, he doesn't understand how hard we had to work back in the day and all, like, fuck off. Like, ridiculous. Painting. Oh, we got a spillage in the village. Anytime shit like that happens, I'm always like, I never just have to put something there. Like, it's like a good thing and a bad thing. There are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Now I have to do something there to cover it up. Right, we just hit 5. I'll do the phrase of the day now. It's actually hilarious that you decided to fucking do the phrase of the day about that. Anyway. This whole stream is just from me and Dismondu right now. Right. Today's phrase of the day. Tobias, my feathery friend. It is a really loud fucking ding for something that size, like. It's like really loud, like. Yeah, most of them aren't, yeah. A rat-shaped submarine off the coast of Rat Island. A rat-shaped submarine. Oh, fucking hell. Let me see. Right, today's phrase of the day. You fucking... You sent me the photos of the German officer thing. Fuck. Yeah, like that would be perfect. It's like nice and simple, but like that would be fucking perfect. We need to get like a swastika armband and like, you know, the black cross and the hat. We need to get the hat because the hat would go really well with those shades I have. It'd be so fucking funny. I don't know how it, like, I'd probably still be able to put the fucking, depending on how big the hat is, I'd probably still be able to put the headphones on over it. Like, I'd be able to do it without the headphones, because I just wouldn't be able to hear the music. And then as long as I kept an eye on chat, I'd be able to, like, tell if something was wrong. You guys would tell me. But anyway, that's all in the future. It'd be so fucking funny for me to do a fucking PEINTEINGU one day. Hallo, meine Lieben! Wir machen ein Malerei! Jetzt! Jeden Tag! Schnell! Like, it'd be fucking brilliant. It'd be so much fun. It'd be so funny, like. People would hate me. Like. Oh, fuck. That's what's so funny about it, is like, you know, the only kind of people that would hate you for something like that, or like think ill of you for something like that, are people that suck. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, how can you not think that is funny? Like, do you know what I mean? Oh, that's so offensive. That's so offensive. Fuck off. Like, you're fucking, like, the lack of, like, how, that, I suppose that'll probably be the easiest way for me to pity people like that, is like, it must suck not having a good sense of humor. Do you know what I mean? Like, it must be a horribly, like, boring, grey existence. Some kind of, like, just this shitty existence to not be able to laugh at, like, all the shit that we laugh at. You know? Like, instead of having fear and stress and anger and jealousy and envy and all of these things about all of these, like, you know, like fear about racism, like, you know, the jealousy about, like, you know, oh, well, the black people get this and the white people get that and all, like, you know, all of these, like, these infantile fucking stupid fucking ideological bullshit things that everybody fucking, in quotes, cares about these days. Meanwhile, people like us just, like, take the piss out of all of it. Mock all of it, like, laugh at all of it, like, you know, and it, like, it brings us joy, like, do you know what I mean? And it's like, of course, like, the demons hate that, because it's like, god damn it, we're trying to make these people, like, downtrodden and infighting and, like, you know, fucking, like, destroying their ability to connect and, like, have good time together and all, like, regardless of race or religion or creed and all this fucking shit. And here they are just taking the piss out of us and laughing about it. Like, if you were them, you'd be really frustrated, like. But anyway, right, today's phrase of the day. Phrase of the day: to prevent future ginger infiltration of PEINTEINGU hut. It's the PEINTEINGU vessel. Remember, you have to remember it's the PEINTEINGU vessel. PEINTEINGU takes place on a boat that we sail around the world. That is the lore that we have, as far as I remember anyway. That is the current lore. PEINTEINGU takes place on a boat that we sail from place to place. So it's the PEINTEINGU vessel, not PEINTEINGU hut. But regardless, to prevent future ginger infiltration, he sent me this like 2 hours before the stream, and I knew I wasn't going to be doing Defenderoo again. To prevent future ginger infiltration of PEINTEINGU hut, a perimeter of silver dust and mirrors at entry points are recommended. Oh, like all gingers are vampires. Like, that's fucking hilarious to me. Like, a silver dust and mirrors. Like, you could do like, to prevent future ginger infiltration of the PEINTEINGU vessel, a perimeter of UV lights, UV lamps have to be set up around the place. Like, open the door to come in, and it's just like, oh, like, can't take the light. That's so funny. Oh, the day I do PEINTEINGU auf Deutsch is just gonna be fucking hilarious. A rat shaped. Oh no, I already read that one. God gave us laughter and a sense of humor for a reason. Yeah, like, too fucking right. Like, like, there's a reason things are funny. Like, and it's like, that's not just a human thing either. Like, as far as I know, like, animals laugh. Like, I think dolphins and monkeys like have a high enough awareness and consciousness to like find things funny. I'm pretty sure that's like a documented thing that like, and I don't think it's just like the really intelligent creatures, like, like orca and dolphins and stuff, like, it's been noted that like animals can find stuff funny, so like, they're like this like life and this place we live in and so on and so forth, like, it really isn't what we were told at all. And I think that's one of the things that I've been really struggling with the past few years, is the because like, I obviously don't share like everything on stream. That would be foolish, but it's not far off, like, but like, I have been struggling lately, like the past year, with a lot of like internal conflict, which I've always had in various ways, like in terms of like my anger and stuff like that. But it's funny now how it's actually alchemized and grown into a profound sense of sadness and grief. Where like, when I like contrast how I feel now and what I know now about like this place and how it works and why, and like our history collectively as a species and all these things, like ancient esoteric knowledge, like from all the cultures and stuff and all, and then you look at like the way we behave and shit, like, and the way the media and the governments behave and all, like, and you just extrapolate it all, well, not extrapolate, you just lay it all out in front of you on a map in your mind, and like, look at it as this big, clock just like swirling around with different parts and mechanisms that all like intersect together. Sometimes I do feel like Yoda, where I am like almost incapable of processing how sad all this is. And I think that's why ultimately laughter exists, because it's like, if the tragedy of something is so profound, I think it can actually like, put you into a state of profound despair that's incredibly difficult to get out of, like, and you get like depressed or like whatever, or like hopeless and shit, and that's horrible, like, so like, that's why comedy exists, because it is uh the the polarized opposite to tragedy, where instead of descending into despair, you elevate into enlightenment, like through laughing at something, like, do you know what I mean? And that's why it's so malevolent in a sense. Like, you could argue that we did it to ourselves just as an aggregor of our behavior and stuff and our choices and shit. Like, that would make sense in a very meta way, that things just happen because people do stuff and all, like, but there does really feel like some kind of outside force uh, uh, is, pardon me, is doing it and did do it on purpose. Um, like Satan, the hidden hand, the Illuminati, like some kind of parasite. If you're like me and whatever, like I think there's a high like I've said this loads of times. I genuinely do think there is uh, a high probability logically that there is a physical manifestation of what all religious um, sects would. It's a fucked up word, and every time you say sects, it's like or like it's basically just sounds like sex. Like all religious doctrines, all ideologies acknowledge evil as like a thing, you know. Um, some of them don't give it a persona, some of them do, but it's like it's there. It is the opposition to good. It is the opponent. It is the adversary, the nemesis, the evil, whatever. Like the evil one, the dark one, the shadow. Um, so how this usually works is there's usually like a physical manifestation and a spiritual manifestation of these things. And I think it's very possible that the physical manifestation of the adversary, at least in this timeline, is some kind of like worm or parasite that like we came across and is like has like infected us as a species. Like we're sick. We're like physically, mentally, and spiritually ill currently. Like the human species is. We have a collective sickness. Obviously, it's more like prominent and more. Um, it's more exaggerated in the West these days, where like you look at how lame and gay everything is, and you're like, Jesus Christ! I mean, this shit is really gonna like fucking. It's really fucked up. But it's still fucked up in the other places too. Like China's a really fucked up place. Russia's a really fucked up place for all sorts of reasons. Like India's a really fucked up place. The eastern regions are just as fucked up as we are. It's just the focus is kind of on us right now because of how weak we've become in comparison to what we used to be. Like, do you know what I mean? In terms of like the Western Empire and all this fucking shit. Like, and it's just completely rotten from the core now, and like it's all falling apart. And loads of us are like scrambling to like hold on to books and ancient teachings and maps and all this shit where like we can't lose all the stuff. It's like Alexandria is being burnt again. um where like all of our memory is like our minds, they like mental and spiritual warfare has been waged upon us, and we've like survived the initial stages of it to the for the most part, but like like God only knows what's coming down the pipe. Like, and I'm like not like, I know I can sound like that sometimes because like sometimes the female turns around to me and she's just like, what you talk about such dark things and it's very negative and all, but it's like, but it not from my point of view though. Like I just find it so fascinating watching it all take place and seeing how it all works and why people do things the things that they do and so on and so forth. Like, and that provide like, if anything, the awareness of it allows me to make better decisions. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're ignorant to an evil that's like affecting you, you may be deliriously happy, but it would be a delusion. Do you know what I mean? It's like you would be happy in your little echo chamber, which like I suppose you could argue it's like, is that a better life or whatever? Like, but like for me, it's like I don't want to exist in some kind of faux reality. I want to live in, like, as Tom Barnett would say, ality. I don't want to live in reality. I want to live in ality. I want to live in like all it why, like the etymological root of like here now, as objective as we can be, as real as it can be. Like, you want the it's like finding a water source that's like pure and like wholly drinkable with no impurities or corruption to it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like a very valuable thing. Like, you know, like for hundreds, if not thousands of years, that would have been one of the most valuable things in everyday life, was a source of clean water. And like we describe the world we live in as like, oh, the mainstream is like totally fucked right now. It's all these like side streams away from the mainstream, all these tributaries, all these like veins and rivers and stuff like coming off the mainstream. That's where all the good stuff is now, like, and it's fascinating to see it like that, because like it's all to do with water. And like, some people argue that like water is like God instead of the sun and stuff. And like, and that's what's funny to me, is like you have all these like obvious attempts throughout history from various groups and people to be like, is this God? Is this God? Well, why would that be God? Well, like, it brings life and it does these things. And so it's like, you could see why people think the sun is God. And then you can see why people think water itself is like God, because it's like everywhere and connects everyone. And like, it's even there when you don't think it is, because it's underground and all this fucking shit. Like, it's easy to see in a lot of ways when you look at it. It's very easy to see like how we got to where we are. If you understand how people work and you understand where we came from, it's very easy to see how we got here. You know, which is like kind of a good thing, because like, wouldn't it be easy to see how we can get out of it then? Like, and have a bit of hope and shit. Like, that's like, I can imagine a lot of people like would like hear the stuff I talk about and rant about and the things I say and shit, like, and be like, oh, it's all so negative. It's like, not from my perspective though. Sure, I get upset or angry talking about some certain things, but that's because that's how I feel about that particular subject matter or situation or context. But overall, my viewpoint, my perception of all this is actually quite positive and like hopeful and shit. Especially now, because like, if anything, I see where other people would turn around and go, "Oh, AI, robots, like, communism, fucking global homo, like in the WEF, like the World Economic Forum, they're all gonna, like, the EU even, like, they're all fucking, we're all gonna end up in, you know this oligarch style fucking dystopian hellscape and all." It's like, well, if you choose to be, yeah, that will happen. But like, everything's a choice. So like, if everything's a choice and you just choose to not do that, then we won't. Yeah, but so many people are going to choose to do it, and like, we can't stop them and all. It's like, but then they choose to do it, and you don't. And if you look at history, like how that usually plays out is like a lot. It's like the Ouroboros, like the snake eating itself. Is like a lot of people choose the snake. A lot of people choose the snake, and the snake eats itself, and then it all goes to shit. But a lot of people don't choose that and survive and keep our species going. You know? So it's like the breakaway societies like happen, but then they fall, and then life goes on. And once you know that, it's kind of like, oh, so this is just a cycle. This is just like temporary. It's like, yeah, it's all temporary. Like, it's like nothing is permanent. Like, everything changes every few days now. Never mind like weeks or months or years. It's like 1 minute everything's fine, as far as the mainstream and people are concerned. It's like, yeah, this is still happening and this is still happening, but yeah, it's been a couple of days or weeks since anything major happened. And then it's like, well, India and Pakistan just started shooting each other. Like, it literally changes like all the time. So like, literally don't even need a lot of patience these days to watch shit like completely change. Just wait a few days. It's like, it's fucking crazy when you look at it like that. Like, oh, this one's nearly over. Shit. Okay, I got 40 minutes left, and then I have to stop at 3 hours, because then I need to get ready for the dinner. Although I do have everything there for the dinner, so we'll see how it goes. But we're gonna stay on the synthy 80s shit. Let me see. I could stick on the No, I won't. I was gonna say I could stick on the wub wubs, but that's tomorrow. We'll do the wub wubs tomorrow. Metal Mondays, Techno Tuesdays, Wub Wednesdays. What do we do for Thursdays? I think tribal Thursdays. That's what we'll call it. And we'll do loads of fucking Viking shit and Punjab stuff and the Mongolian throat singing shit and all like, and that's what we'll do Thursdays. And then we do funky Fridays. Yeah, this still counts as techno. Yeah, this still counts as techno. Yeah, the roadworks out the front of the roadworks are finally done, at least in front of my house anyway. So for a few days now, it's been grand. They were there for like a year, tearing up the road, fucking. Some nights it was actually crazy, like how like they'd be resurfacing the road at like fucking 3 or 4 in the morning, and like the whole house was shaking because like a fucking 30-ton vehicle is like flattening tarmac right outside my house. Like it was fucking wild. Yeah, I knew Desmondo would be like, hell yeah, tribal Thursdays. Yeah, like, yeah, tribal Thursdays. Metal Mondays. Techno Tuesdays, Wub Wednesdays, which is like very similar to Techno Tuesdays, but it's more like, one is like slightly darker than the other, maybe? I don't know. What else could Wednesdays be? Whimsical Wednesdays? I don't know, like, because we don't have a day where we do classics. And now and again, I do like doing the classics. Wartime Wednesdays. We'll do a load of fucking like. That would be hilarious, actually. Like, we'll do a load of classics and call it Wartime Wednesdays. It sounds like the rice burners are able to freely roam your road again. Yeah, fucking. Oh man. I hate those lads who are like, oh, look at me in my car, it's all souped up and wah. Like, look how fast and powerful and loud my car is. You're on a public road, there's a speed limit, you faggot. What's the point? It's such a waste. It's such a waste, like. It's hilarious to me, like. It's kind of like, I see that as kind of comparable to like guys who like get really, really big in terms of like muscle mass, like that take steroids, like bodybuilders, like not just gym junkies, like proper bodybuilders. Like I think that's a total waste because you never use that muscle for anything. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like it literally is like that's especially for bodybuilders. Literally is just for show. So like, cool, like, appreciating like, the physique and your ability to sculpt the muscle on your body and all that stuff. Fair enough. But like, then it's more of an art form. Like, okay, but like, it's like literally one of the gayest things ever. Like, they oil and grease each other up and they wear little panties and like all their cocks look tiny. So it's like, it's fairly obvious that it has an effect on that region. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's almost like even visually speaking, it's like, all right, so you've got 40-inch, thighs and biceps and shit, but like you've got like a 2-inch dick, like, or an inch dick. Like, it's ridiculous looking. Like, it's so fucking stupid. Like, oh god, like. I'm debating now. Will I do the like? I don't want to. Like, will I actually do it as a giant dead rat? With like, or will I do it that like it's ancient? I'm trying to figure this out now. Go with the flow to kind of make this real sandy. Painting. Ooh. Painting. Oh god. I have to say it's actually like it's nice to be able to just be me instead of like trying to stay in character. Fucking wears on you, man. I'm not taking the piss. Like the fucking speaking Japu all the time like starts to make you feel a little bit crazy. Like just a little bit. But I also can't lie, there's a part of me that really loves having like an alter ego. Especially one that is that funny. Fucking half Irish, half Japanese demigod who's kicked out of heaven for painting the Monkey King's penis. Or painting a portrait of the Monkey King. And subsequently everybody saw his tiny penis. We'll do like another island here and it's like its head or something. Painting, goo, 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 goo. Painting, goo, 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 goo. I'm thinking shipwreck with this thing. The accidental spillage earlier on. Make it a shipwreck. power of silhouettes is something else. If you just get the outline of something, and then try and use your mind's eye to be like, alright, I'll fill in the detail later. Profoundly useful. Really fucking useful. Once you start to, like, get it in your head that everything is just shapes and color, you know, just break everything down into, like, parts, just different shapes and different color. Like, it's like fucking... Art is not as... like painting, drawing, like all of it, like none of it is as difficult. Like if you can't draw at all, can't paint at all, if somebody's teaching you the right way and you do the right things like at the beginning and then learn from there, like you just get the fundamentals down. It's like anything, you just get the fundamentals down. You can get really good really quickly. It's hilarious. It's so funny, like. This whole notion of like, oh, I wish I was talented. It's fucking talent's got fuck all to do with it. Like, it's work. That's what it is. It's just work. Roidween is just sad. Maybe the Monkey King should have stayed natty and you wouldn't have so much woes. The Monkey King is natty. It's just he's a monkey, so like he's got a tiny peepee. It just comes with being a monkey. PEINTEINGU. Yes, that is the hat. This is the hat. Yeah, that's, yeah. With the skull and the eagle and all, yeah, definitely. Definitely. That is the hat. Yes, it is. Oh. May the gods bless me. I can imagine there will be a day where it'd be like, there'd be a load of people in chat and they'd be like, paint this, paint this, paint this. And I'd be like, give me a minute, fuck. And a paint just a lot of random shit, like. That's kind of what it started as. Just paint this. It's like, alright. Obviously, I'm always going to do the map and the hat, like. It's just fun. But just like your one Jerry was right when it came to like my symmetricals and stuff, and I think I should do the same with the stream. Is I need to like be creatively compassionate with myself, where like I can't be like afraid to just do what I want, you know, Because, like, I shouldn't be like, oh, but they won't like it if I do this. It's like, you guys will like whatever I do. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mean that, like, I will do it and you will like it. I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, I know that, though. Like, I know that, like, you guys like my humor, my art style, like, the shit that I say and stuff like that and all. Like, so, like, I could just do me in this context and you guys will enjoy it. So I shouldn't be afraid to, like, go off the path that we have, like, beaten thoroughly into place. Like, it's actually hilarious how much, like, the fact that, like, we have so much, like, inside jokes and, like, some things are established and, like, the lore and all, blah blah, like, and you guys know what I'm talking about when it's like, you know, the Monkey King and Defenderoo and, like, the fucking, like, I will fling my giant tiger at you and all, like, it all, you guys all know what it means and all, like, so, like, when other people, when randomers start to come into this stream again, like, because it hasn't happened in a while, so I'm not, like, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I know the algorithm fucking hates me, like, like, but I can't say I blame it, like, you know, it's hilarious. I definitely, like, I do the polar opposite of what I should be doing if I want this stream to grow, but at the same time, I, like, that's not my purpose, like, do you know what I mean? It's not my objective. My objective is to entertain you guys because I love you guys. You guys love me. And we've been doing this for a while now, like I still have, like, I love the fact that I've got OGs, you know, like Scouse and 2acre. Proper OGs, like, you know. So, like, it's funny when, like, you get randomers showing up being like, what's the crack with this, and, like, what's this and all, and, like, who was he talking about, and, like, blah blah. It's like, just hang around and find out, like, that's what's good about it. Like, we've created our own creative rabbit hole here on PEINTEINGU. That's literally what we've done, is created our own creative rabbit hole. Where, like, just the maddest shit happens here. Like, I still can't believe that, like, the Israel PEINTEINGU that I just recently did, like, that was, like, there was some kind of divine intervention there. Like, that was wild. Oh, there's nobody in chat. Fuck it, I'll pick a number myself then. And then I picked that, and it ends up being Israel. And, like, there's only a few things left in the hat now, like, at this stage, and one of them was Jews. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, like, that's the sort of shit where I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, God's real, like, which is just fucking hilarious to me, like, so funny. Okie dokie. Painting goo goo goo. Goo 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 goo. Was it Stabaru and Desmondu Sama at this stage are fucking kind of, well, I suppose I know, like, you can't really call them OGs because an OG is an OG. Starting to feel like OGs though. Scouse and Two Waker are literally OGs. The original Japanites. OJs. They're OJs. They're a pair of OJs. I love being part of the PEINTEINGU voyage. Part of the paint, part of the goo. Part of the paint, part of the goo, part of the paint, part of the... This may or may not become its own cult one day. Could you imagine if, like, I got as big as, like, Star Trek or something, and eventually, like, we get to the stage where there's people calling themselves gooers? Like, there'd be the Japanites, you know, like, but then there'd be, like, a shorthand for, like, people who are big into PEINTEINGU. They just call them gooers. OG Bear, yes, OG Japanite yet to come. Well, like, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like you can't really be an OG Japanite, like, because, like, an OG is an OG, you know. That's what's cool about being an OG, is like you can't really become an OG, you know, because it's the original ones, like, you know. So I think the only ones that are like OG is like Two Acre, Scouse. Out of the old group, yeah, I think like the only people who like still listen, because like most of the viewership I had was from like a load of the fucking the people who left during the Jort Wars. Like when the Jort Wars happened, my viewership like was like cut by like 60% or something easily. Like for a while it was literally just like me, Two Acre, and occasionally Scouse, and then like, how long is... I'm trying to think now. It was like Sleepy House used to come here for a while, but I think since I changed the time she can't or something, like, I'm not sure. There's loads of people who have come and then dropped off and then come back and then like, but that's just how it works as well, like, you know, people go through phases. Like, Three Thought is almost never here, but, like, he's still around and shit, like. I think it's fucking hilarious when I look at the view count sometimes, and it's, like, double what it usually is out of nowhere, and I'm like, where did all these people come from? What's going on? Like, that's what I think is funny about my stream. It's just, like I have, like, 3 times the videos of like some streams that have like hundreds of thousands of views. Like, I think that's so funny. Like, I've like nearly 500 videos already. Like what the fuck? Like, like, oh, I'm a lunatic. I'm a fucking lunatic. Painting goo, goo, goo. Trying to pick where the shadows would be and stuff. Try to get used to doing that just in my head, like. Oh, there'd be a shadow here, shadow there, shadow everywhere. Paint, paint. Right, we've only got 5 minutes left. It's not really much I can do in 5 minutes. Good start though. Can you see it? You see where I'm going? There's the tail. The body. Trying to make it kind of like look like a tarp or a furry or something. And here's the head. It's like ah. There's like the mouth and shit. I might like put a nose here or something, like, let's see. Or I could put like, this is where its eye used to be. It's like a cave. Yeah. That's cool looking. We'll put the bones and the teeth in and shit, and it'll look more like a rat. And then we'll build up on it, and then we'll have to put the quintuplets, a Rubik's Cube, and a cue ball in somewhere. So, let's see what the crack is. But anyway, I'll leave it there. I hope you have enjoyed today's painting goo. I know I did ooh. Right, pay for painting goo. If you have any honor, you will pay for painting goo. I'll return, same time, same place, same high octane. Well, not the same because it's going to be a different vibe. What's tomorrow? Wub Wub Wednesdays. I kind of like calling it Wub Wub Wednesdays. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah. Tomorrow we shall return to Montserrat Island. It's pronounced Montserrat. Fuck it. It's Montserrat. That's how it's spelt. It's Montserrat Island. Right. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Remember to be good, be true, and be beautiful. And pay for painting goo. You filthy mortal scum. I would see you soon.